Hey, guess what? Vancouver Canucks hockey is back because now we have ourselves some injury updates. Yeah, that's right. Let's just say it. It's bad news. It's not good. This is not something we want to hear. But ultimately, we have to dive into it because we did have ourselves an update. Yesterday, during the Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames preseason game, Nils Hoglander ended up leaving the hockey game due to an injury. You had yourselves Lachlan Irvin go out there and post about the video footage on social media. This is, from what he could tell, Hoglander's last shift of the hockey game, where he got hit by Etienne Morin in the neutral zone, and then again by Daniil Miramanov behind the play at the end. And you can see in the video footage that Nils Hoglander takes the puck after receiving the pass in the neutral zone and then gets hit into the boards by Etienne Morin around the penalty box area. And then he has himself another moment in the offensive zone where he does get kind of knocked into by Daniil Miramanov. That seemed to have been Nils Hoglander's last shift. And reports say Hoglander was seen leaving the ice yesterday and then leaving the rink with a walking boot. Foote was asked about him post-game and was non-committal on the severity or the timeline of Hoglander's recovery. He said it would be reevaluated the next day. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much. So, welcome, folks. It is Vancouver Canucks hockey time because folks are already starting to get injured. Furthermore, to that point, we had ourselves Jeff Patterson tweeting this out: "No freakouts, please. The club insists maintenance days only for veterans Demko and Myers after playing last night. Kevin Lankinen gets the day off after his wife gave birth yesterday." So far, throughout the preseason, we have seen, 3 goaltenders suit up in these preseason games? Ty Young, who wasn't great, Nikita Tolopilo, who has been good, and then Thatcher Demko, who also has been very solid. Haven't seen Yuri Patera in a game yet, haven't seen Kevin Lankinen yet, which is fine. I mean, you're not required to showcase everybody in the first 2 games of the preseason. And also, of course, big congrats to Kevin Lankinen and his family going out there and bringing another baby Lankinen into the world here. But, of course, I think nobody's really worried about Demko, Myers, maintenance days. That's totally fine. Lankinen, of course, totally fine. It's Hoglander that we are keeping our eyes peeled out for. Not saying it's guaranteed or something that he misses any time, especially if he leaves the arena in a walking boot, but I do kind of start to wonder if Hoglander is injured. He's out for a little bit to open up the season. Opening day roster, who makes the team? Because if you assume the Vancouver Canucks forward core is going to be, or at least with Hoglander in the lineup, it would be Petey, Besser, DeBrusk on the first line, Hedel, Kane, Garland on the second line, which, by the way, Garland was missing practice the other day too, so who knows what his health status is like. If you thought Hoglander was going to be with Atiu Ratu and Kiefer Sherwood on the third line, and then assume Sasson, Bluger, and Drew O'Connor on the fourth, if you take out Nils Hoglander, there's a spot for a guy like an Arshdeep Bains, for example, to potentially make an impact and find himself on the team. Nils Åman, Linus Karlsson, these guys are all Swedish dudes that play well together. Who knows if there can be some potential opportunities there alongside of Sherwood and Ratu. Heck, if Connor Garland is out for a while, which I don't think is going to be the case, but if you assume he isn't 100% healthy either, maybe there's another roster spot. Maybe the Canucks can just import that entire Abbotsford line, get Sasson, Bains, and Linus Karlsson all together and toss them out into some scoring situations. Obviously, that's not ideal, but we gotta start talking about these things, considering the Vancouver Canucks injury history and how things have gotten off to here in training camp and the preseason. For Hoglander's sake, though, of course, we want to see this guy actually be able to recover. The preseason is gonna last for, let's say, another week and a half-ish, so it's not that bad. However, with all the language that's being used about Nils Hoglander, how Adam Foote said that he got a lower body injury, it is obviously not ideal. Now, I also wanted to talk a little bit about some other Vancouver Canucks news. This was talked about earlier this morning. I want to make myself a commitment, because Donnie and Dolly, on their program, went out there and tried to get to the bottom of Tom Willander and his name. Rick Dhaliwal said he was kind of confused because Brendan Batchelor on the Canucks broadcast was saying Willander. But Dhaliwal, he said that he asked somebody, and the somebody that Dhaliwal asked, that somebody would know how Tom Willander's name is pronounced, and Dhaliwal said that it's supposed to be a soft V, Willander. And then Brendan Batchelor went out there and responded saying, "Is the guy Dolly asked Tom Willander? Because that's who I asked." Look at Brendan Batchelor going out there as the highest tier level professional guy. Karam then responds saying everyone is pronouncing it differently even on the broadcast. Whoever interviews him next should ask him on camera. Then the debate is over. Batch then replies saying, "Yeah, I asked him. I literally said, how do you say your name?" And the player said Willander. Technically not Willander, Willander. It's Willander. And so, because of my commitment to the bit, I've made this comment so many times over the past few years. You know how many times I've said Elias Pettersson just because it's the Swedish way to say it? I feel like for me in particular to have gone down that path and to really cement it, especially in 2017-18, when I first started making full-time hockey-related commentary videos, Elias Pettersson was one thing, and a lot of people were able to identify that because of the Swedish broadcast pronunciations. But now, Tom Willander is in the Vancouver Canucks organization, and people are going to start trying to say his name as well. Willander. No, it's a V. V. Technically not V. Not a W. V. Willander. So, yeah, I want to start committing myself to that. Y'all can hold me accountable in the comment section below if I end up messing up Tom Willander's last name at any point here on out, because I want to commit myself to getting it right. It's easy with other names like, Linus Karlsson. Even that's not 100% right, but it's like anglicized and we all kind of understand it. But for last names that are kind of fun to say in Swedish, like Elias Pettersson, ooh, that's a fun one. Elias Pettersson. Man, just saying that throws me back to my high school days when we were talking about Pettersson and his Växjö Lakers season and his MVP status back in the Swedish league. But with all this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video at any point, feel free to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy, then please hit the dislike button. Comments are greatly appreciated. They help us out with the algorithm in these trying times. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Nils Hoglander, about Tom Willander, about the injury updates, and what the roster could look like if Hoglander spends some time out of the lineup here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on. And bye.